So, tomorrow's my birthday. My big 27. And I'm being facetious because nobody cares about turning 27. And, so basically the plan was, 2 months ago, I was going to have this big, I was calling it Cleo's Halo 4 birthday bash, because, Halo 4, I knew was coming out like a week before my birthday, and I have a number of friends who like Halo, and I thought it'd be fun to, we'd all bring our TVs over and our Xboxes, and we'd have this big old Halo match, whatever. And I even made a Facebook page for it, which I'd never done before. I sent out invites, and everyone was like, yeah, and I got like 15 people at least who were like, yeah, we'll totally come, and stuff like that. But it was going to be at Steve's parents' house, because I live in a teeny tiny condo with cats, and not enough room, and half my friends are allergic to cats. And unfortunately, he moved suddenly to Las Vegas a month ago, and so his parents' house no longer became an option, because they might say okay, but I'd feel really weird about having a party at a friend's house when the friend's not even there anymore. So I was trying to find somewhere else to have it, but unfortunately not that many options to hook up TVs and stuff unless you rent space, which is expensive and it has to be done in advance, or someone's house, and I don't have that many friends who have big houses. So I decided to cancel it. Kind of waited until the last second to cancel it, so hopefully nobody shows up at Steve's house expecting a party tonight, because that would be awkward. And I was kind of bummed that I wasn't going to really get to do anything on my birthday. I mean, honestly, this isn't really a bad birthday, because about a month ago I got a new laptop, and I got Assassin's Creed 3, and I got Halo 4, and I finally got my prize package from Game Informer, which was all crappy stuff, so I traded it in and I used the money to get Resident Evil 6 and Dishonored. So really, I mean, it was a good birthday. I got lots of presents, sort of presents. But I just wanted to do something to hang out with friends, and, you know, it's kind of hard to get everybody on the same page as far as that goes. So I was sad, and I decided I was going to go on and maybe see if I could find a club or something that I could get into for free, either by showing up early, or because of my birthday, or because I'm a girl. But San Diego has a lot of girls, so that last one isn't really enough to get in free. I might get on the other ones, I don't know, but I have to wait until later to call, because it's only like 2 o'clock and they don't even open until 5. But I was hunting around, and I found out that tomorrow at this club called Flux that I've never been to before, that's supposed to be kind of good, maybe. The guy from Lemafau is actually going to be doing a event. It's not the whole band, it's just the Redfoo guy. But, you know, I like Lemafau because, one, I think their music is catchy, although some of the lyrics are like, wow, that's really profane. But I like the fact that they kind of are giant trolls. They're just kind of like trolling everybody, and it's really funny to see these people that don't like the internet or anything, and they listen to the music and like, yeah, this is totally awesome, and it's like, the song's making fun of you. You realize that, right? It makes me think of that Beastie Boys song, you know, You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Party. That song was actually made sarcastically. They were insulting people like that, but the people that it makes fun of were so self-absorbed and so dumb that they didn't even realize that I was making fun of, and so it actually became a popular party song. Irony. Anyway, I mean, I don't know exactly what Lemafau thinks. Maybe they aren't actually trying to troll people. I can't watch, you know, I'm Sexy and I Know It with the wiggle 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 bit and not think that they're definitely trying to, you know, basically troll people. So I don't know how crowded it'll be. I mean, supposedly it'll be really crowded, and I don't know if I'll even get close to Redfoo. I'm not really an autograph person, but I thought it might be kind of fun to try to get his autograph just so I can. But yeah, I actually managed to get a ticket for that, although I had to pay with a different kind of card, and I'm hoping there won't be any problems with picking it up. I'm kind of gun shy about that kind of stuff because I've had a lot of problems with it in the past, but whatever. Hopefully it'll work. So I'm debating what to wear. Oh my god, la 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 la. And I'm really not, I'm not a very good girl. I have like no sense of color or fashion or anything like that, so I'm basically, I have it down to two choices. I have my slutty dress that is basically my go-to, and it's a little bit too formal for downtown San Diego. Basically, most of the girls just wear as little as possible. But two reasons I don't really want to wear this. One, because it's freaking cold, and yes, it gets cold in Southern California. I don't care if you think that it has to be like a million, it has to be like 20 degrees under to be cold. I think it's cold at like 70, so shut up. Your face is dumb. And then the second option is what I'll probably go with, is I'm just going to wear jeans, tight-fitting jeans, and this shirt, which isn't really much of a shirt. It just wraps around. And the reason I want to do that is because not as cold. It's a little bit cold, but I can wear a shirt over it. And also, maybe I won't look like every other girl down there, because first of all, I'm not wearing heels. Second of all, I'm going to be by myself because none of my friends like clubs, and I'm fine with that. People always tell me like, oh my god, you're so brave to go by yourself, and I'm like, it's not like I'm like, in the Amazon or walking alone down the sidewalk. I drive there and I go there early, and then I follow the groups of people getting out of the bars to get back to my car and go home, so it's not really that dangerous as far as I know. But it's not that I despise the typical kind of girls who go there. It's just I don't really think I'm like them, because I care about things besides fashion and boys, and it's not to say that I don't care about that kind of stuff at all, because I don't think it's bad to like that stuff. I just think that people should never, that's not a word, people should have interest beyond the superficial, and maybe I'm not, maybe I'm being a totally hypocritical person here, but anyway, tangent. There's really no point to this video. I just felt like doing the vlog because I haven't done one in a long time, and my ego needed a little bit of padding. Poor ego. Actually, so I got hooked on this show on HBO, which I don't have, but I have access to my friend's online HBO account, called Girls, and it's kind of like Sex in the City, except that it's about 20-year-olds, and they're not super popular or rich or anything like that. It's actually nothing like Sex in the City. It's just 4 girls that, hang out and stuff like that. But it's a really real show. The main star person, girl or whatever in it, is actually the one that writes the script, from my understanding. And it's a very... I don't quite understand why guys are constantly falling all over themselves to date with her, because, to be honest, she's not particularly attractive and she's not particularly likable. But aside from that, I completely relate to her character, because I watched the last 2 episodes, episode 9 and the season finale, and especially episode 9. The main girl, Hannah, has this big diatribe, not even diatribe, she has this big fight with her best friend that she lives with, and basically the best friend's like, you're such a selfish bitch, and then Hannah's like, the reason I don't listen to anything bad people have to say about me is because they couldn't possibly say anything worse than I say to myself every day, probably in the last half hour. And when she said that line, I was like, holy crap, she's in my head. And it was kind of weird because I was watching it with my dad, and it was like, I kind of like looked at him from the corner of my eye, and it was like, she gets me. It's just kind of awkward and personal, but not really. There's nothing personal in the digital age. I mean, we got everyone going on our Facebook, I just had the biggest dump of my life. So there's no such thing as personal anymore. At least not for a lot of people. There's those random people, 20-somethings out there who actually don't do the Facebook thing, and they could write a book about how brave they are, because I was never into MySpace, but I admit I like Facebook because it gives me an excuse to talk to people who would probably not give me the time of day otherwise. Basically, if I can convince them to friend me on Facebook, then when they post something and I can respond to it, and sometimes they even respond back, and it's like Angel Choir opens up and it's like, oh my god, they're treating me like I exist, and that sounds really pathetic and sad, but anyway. So, I guess that's about it. This is like one of the old videos I used to do, and I would get all these hate mail comments telling me like, oh, you're such a self-absorbed whore, blah blah blah, and I'm like, Yeah, but you're watching the video, so why are you watching the video? Anyway, this is a really bad video. Why am I making this? I'm so I keep unintentionally doing a Schwarzenegger impression. Oh, I played a game. Was it last night or the night before? I think it was. I have no memories. It was the night before last. It was a board game called Zombicide, and I played it with some friends and their friends. And it was. I'm kind of bad at board games because I have a hard time like memorizing all the rules in time to play the game. But it was pretty fun. You play these like survivors, and you're supposed to work together to get from where you start to the end zone. Yeah, like it's kind of like it kept making me think of DayZ actually, because you have to find like gasoline and stuff like that so you can get a car to work and drive it to the exit. But my character, so the way you die is you get a wound each time a zombie attack lands on you, and if you get 2 wounds, you're dead. And I got 1 wound right at the beginning of the game. And later on, we got to every time you open a door, all the rooms in that house spawn zombies. And when they designed the board, because you can like make your own board, they decided to make like everything into one building. So when they opened the door, literally like 3 zombies, 5 zombies, 5, 3, 5, 7, like whatever, just huge amounts of zombies. And I'm sure the audio is going to get all disjointed because it's been doing that on his laptop, but whatever, suck it up. And so he did that, and there was an objective on the ground, and I killed the zombies, and I got up to the objective, and I was technically waiting for the other guy who was not higher level to come, because you get levels, and the more levels you get, the more zombies spawn. So I was waiting for the other guy who was lower level to come get it. But then a different guy who was higher level than me already comes, picks up the objective, jumps to the next level, which spawns like 3 zombies. And I'm in the room, and he comes into the room, picks up the objective, spawns 3 zombies, goes out of the room, and throws a Molotov cocktail at my face. In the game, obviously, but at my face. So he immolated the zombies and immolated me. So that was fun. So I jokingly was like, okay, I'm gonna haunt you now, because once you die, you're not really supposed to come back as a zombie if you got burned, but house rule, that's kind of boring for people that got taken out of the game. So I came back as a zombie, and just kind of jokingly, I kept like ignoring everybody else and going after his character, but he killed me again like 5 times, and then the game ended. But I just thought that was hilarious. It's like so backstabbing, and it's exactly like DayZ, which is why DayZ is so punishing, that it's so hard to find people who will help you. And you know, it's a great allegory for real life, and if you don't know what DayZ is, you probably would be interested, but whatever, look it up. I'm not going to go into it. Anyway, I think this video has been rambling on enough. So if you do happen to live in San Diego and for some bizarre reason want to see me, and you go to Flux tomorrow night, Sunday, November 18th, of course it's my birthday, then you can say hi. And if not, you can just leave a comment saying happy birthday. I don't know why you'd wish happy birthday to somebody you don't even know, but hey, you're the weird internet person watching blogs for people you don't know, you weirdo. I'm gonna go play Halo 4 Spartan